Okay, we're going to talk about flatulence, excessive gas, or basically microbial exuberance. We're going to talk about how microbes do have a role in carnivores and omnivores, prebiotics and probiotics, factors that make the microbes a little too happy and increase gas production beyond the normal levels, and talk about the differences between free gas and frothy bloat. The microbes. So not just the herbivores have microbes. Everyone has gut microbes, and gut microbes produce gas. As you go down the GI tract, you're going to encounter more and more microbes. And these microbes have similar roles as they did in the herbivores, except they're really not that important in breaking down food stuff. Everything else still applies. And the microbes still live, even outside of the herbivores, in a delicately balanced world. So sometimes we kill off the good microbes, and we need to replace or reinforce them. And that's when we use probiotics. So probiotics are actually live microbes, and they can be given as food supplements to help reinvigorate the bowel microflora. Prebiotics are basically compounds used to feed the microbes. And usually they don't really need extra feeding because we feed them, but sometimes people feel like this is a valuable addition, and it may be in some disorders. In a healthy gut, it's probably not needed, but with some chronic digestive disorders or inflammatory bowel disease, it may help to feed the microbes. Those are prebiotics. Okay, when the microbes get happy, things happen. Microbes produce gas when they're happy and eating lots of stuff. They produce more gas when they've got lots of stuff to eat, when there's new stuff to eat, and lots of time to eat. So fermentable feedstuffs. They like fermentable feedstuffs. So you give them more than usual, and they go a little happy and produce extra gas. Feed changes are also one of their favorite things. Just like anybody else, they get bored eating one thing, you change the feed, and different groups may flourish, and they may produce more gas. They also like slowed motility or more transit time. It just gives them more time to digest all those products coming through. So changes in motility or the herbivores with their elongated GI tract make the microbes happy. So they produce more gas with more stuff to eat, more time to eat it, and new stuff to eat. Bloat happens when they're happy and they can't get rid of that gas. So we have two types of bloat. We have trap gas, or what we call free gas bloat, like it's in a balloon, or excessive foam or frothy bloat, which is also produced by the microbes, but isn't as easy to release. A GDV in a dog, a gastric dilatation or volvulus, is a form of trapping the gas. The stomach flips around and closes off the pylorus so the gas cannot escape. And that would be like tying the knot in the balloon and keeping the gas in there. So that's a free gas bloat. Free gas bloat is treated by removing the gas or allowing it to escape. So if the dog doesn't have a torsion but just has a displacement, you can pass the stomach tube down in the dog and let the gas off, just like opening the balloon. You can also poke the balloon. We do this a lot more commonly in cattle than in dogs, but we can use a trocar, which is an open cannula. So this part here is like a straw, and this is trocar that goes through it to puncture the rumen to let the gas off. A really distended rumen can impair lung function in a cow and lead to her death. Frothy bloat is due to those beans and legumes, and they produce saponin. Sapo is soap. They produce that frothy stuff we usually associate with beer. Just poking a needle in the froth is obviously not going to let the bloat go down. The frothy bloat is treated with anti-foaming agents. If you've ever put a really oily dish in your soapy water, you know the oil kind of kills the soap bubbles. That's what these things are doing. They're breaking apart the soap bubbles. In your kids, when they're bloated, colicky babies, you can also use something similar. So rumen bloat, which we'll talk about eventually in your medicine courses or in the active learning sessions, can be either free gas or frothy bloat. And we're going to have to treat them differently because passing a tube will not help with the excessive legumes, and oil probably won't help much in the ones that can't erect heat and remove that gas. So in summary, our microbes still need a very specific environment to thrive, and they provide immune support, inhibit the invasion of other microbes, give us essential B vitamins, and support the intestinal cells. Prebiotics are food for the microbes, while probiotics are microbe replacement. Flatulence, or gas production, is the result of microbial happiness. and they like that: excessive feedstuffs, new feedstuffs, and time to digest feedstuff. And bloat can be free gas or frothy. And frothy occurs when they get too many alfalfa plants and is treated with anti-foaming agents, and free gas is treated by removing the air and unobstructing the space that got filled with gas. Again, several resources for you, and encourage you to watch at least the last video, which is what happens if animals were round.